Your person was deeply stuck in their ego, which made them resist this connection with you, even when their heart and intuition were urging them otherwise. They chose to ignore the undeniable pull they felt toward you, convincing themselves that suppressing their emotions was the right thing to do. Fear played a significant role in their resistance: fear of vulnerability, fear of getting hurt, and fear of repeating painful cycles from their past. They had built thick emotional walls, created from years of insecurities and disappointments, believing that keeping people at a distance would protect them from further heartbreak. Their past experiences with love and relationships had left deep scars. Perhaps they had been betrayed, abandoned, or hurt in ways they never fully healed from. As a result, they subconsciously associated love with pain, and when they met you, someone so pure and genuine, their immediate reaction was to push you away. Instead of embracing the love and warmth you offered, they masked their true feelings by acting cold, distant, and even rude at times. This wasn't because they didn't care about you, it was because they cared too much. The intensity of the connection scared them, making them feel exposed and vulnerable, something they had spent years avoiding. Despite their attempts to suppress their emotions, the universe continuously sent them signs about you and the significance of this connection. Whether through dreams, synchronicities, or random reminders of you in their daily life, they couldn't escape the feeling that they were meant to be with you. But rather than facing their emotions head-on, they ran. They ran from the truth, from the undeniable bond between you, and most importantly, from themselves. This connection, without even trying, triggered old wounds they had buried deep within. It forced them to confront parts of themselves they weren't ready to heal. Deep down, they always knew you were different from anyone they had ever met. Your kindness, patience, and unwavering love were unlike anything they had experienced before. You saw past their defenses, past the mask they wore for the world, and into their true essence. But because of the strong energy between you, this relationship also became a mirror, reflecting not only your love but also the shadows within both of you. Every insecurity, fear, and unresolved trauma surfaced, making the connection overwhelming at times. This wasn't just a typical relationship, it was a soul-deep bond that forced growth, transformation, and healing. However, the universe never stopped guiding them toward their higher self. There were countless opportunities for them to choose healing, to raise their vibration, and to embrace the love that was being offered to them. Yet, they resisted until they reached a breaking point. It wasn't until you finally let go, when you stopped chasing, stopped trying to prove your love, and instead focused on yourself, that they truly realized what they had lost. Your absence spoke louder than any words ever could. The silence, the distance, and the void you left behind made them see just how valuable you were. They began to understand that no materialistic possessions, no distractions, and no fake connections could ever replace what they had with you. Your love was rare, something they couldn't simply find elsewhere, no matter how hard they tried. As you pulled back your energy, they felt it on a deep level. You became more quiet, more reserved, and more focused on yourself, and in doing so, you unknowingly gave them the space to reflect. Without your constant presence, they could no longer deny the truth: they had been running from something real and beautiful out of fear. Now, the universe is guiding them toward a different path, one that requires strength and courage. They are being pushed to embrace this love, not with hesitation or fear, but with an open heart. They are learning that love isn't meant to be something they escape from, but rather something they surrender to. The journey toward healing isn't easy, but they are beginning to understand that avoiding their emotions only prolongs their suffering. At this point, the choice is entirely theirs. They can either continue to let fear dictate their actions or take a leap of faith and embrace the love they once resisted. No matter what happens, your energy has already left a lasting impact on them. You showed them what true, unconditional love looks like, and whether they admit it or not, they will never be the same after knowing you. The universe has been patient, allowing them to learn these lessons in their own time. Now, it is up to them to step forward, to let go of their fears, and to finally allow themselves to experience the love they were always meant to have. Please don't take my silence as ignorance, nor think for a second that I don't love or need you. You are incredibly precious to me, and I cannot emphasize that enough. The thought of losing you is unbearable. You have been such an important part of my life, and I realize now more than ever how much you mean to me. Being in your presence, feeling your energy, and experiencing your love made me feel completely new, alive, and whole. It was as if I had found a missing piece of myself in you. Your love has been my comfort, my home, and my sanctuary. I deeply regret hurting you. The pain I caused you weighs heavily on my heart, and I cannot express how much I wish I could take back my actions and words. I was triggered and, in my emotional turmoil, lashed out at you. It was never your fault. You didn't deserve to be treated that way, and for that, I am truly sorry. I was irresponsible and immature, unable to recognize the damage I was causing. I spent so much time blaming others for my own problems, refusing to acknowledge my own faults. Instead of taking responsibility for my emotions and actions, I projected my frustrations onto you, the one person who truly cared for me. Looking back, I see how unfair and selfish I was, and I hate that I made you suffer because of my inability to deal with my own struggles. In these past few days, I have felt an overwhelming love for you, one that I had taken for granted before. I have had time to reflect on everything, and during this period of reflection, I have realized just how valuable you are to me. Your presence, your kindness, your unwavering support, I see now how much I failed to appreciate them in the past. I see how much you have endured because of me, how much pain I caused with my rude and prideful behavior. I know now that you deserved better than the way I treated you, and I can only imagine how deeply I must have hurt you. You gave me love, and I repaid you with insensitivity. You showed me patience, and I took it for granted. You stood by my side, even when I didn't deserve it, and yet I pushed you away. I want you to know that I am truly sorry for all the times I misunderstood you. I regret the harsh words I said in anger, words that I can never take back but wish I could erase from your memory. I know I hurt you, and it pains me to think about how I made you feel. I treated you the same way I had been treated in the past, as if repeating the cycle of pain was the only way I knew how to function. But you didn't deserve that. You deserved love, understanding, and care, and I failed to give you what you so freely gave to me. I also recognize now that I manipulated you emotionally. I tried to control you, not because I wanted to hurt you, but because I was afraid of losing you. My fear turned into possessiveness, and instead of nurturing our relationship, I ended up suffocating it. I see now how unhealthy my behavior was, and I deeply regret it. I never meant to make you feel trapped or emotionally drained. The last thing I ever wanted was to be the reason for your pain, yet I became exactly that. Now, with a clearer mind and a humbled heart, I can finally see how toxic I was as a person. And I also see something else. I see your strength. I admire how strongly you handled me, how you continued to be patient even when I didn't deserve it. You stood tall despite everything, and for that, I respect you even more. You deserve all the happiness in the world, and I want to be someone who adds to that happiness, not takes away from it. I am working on myself. I am preparing to come clean, to be a better version of myself, not just for you but for me as well. I don't want to be the person I was before. I don't want to be someone who hurts the people they love. This time, I won't run away. I won't let my fears and insecurities get the best of me. I won't break your trust with deception or selfishness. I am ready to be honest, to be accountable, and to prove that I can change. I know words alone cannot erase the past, and I don't expect you to forgive me instantly. I understand if you need time, and I will respect whatever decision you make. But if there is even the smallest part of you that still believes in us, if there is any chance that you can find it in your heart to give me another opportunity to make things right, I promise I won't waste it. My love, will you give me another chance? Your partner doesn't want to lose you, and deep down, you feel the same way. Since the day they met you, their thoughts have been consumed by you. No matter how much time passes, you remain at the center of their heart and mind. They often find themselves looking at your photos, which they have saved in their gallery, reminiscing about the beautiful moments you both shared. Every memory of you brings them both comfort and sadness, comfort because those moments were once real, and sadness because they no longer have you by their side the way they used to. They see you as someone irreplaceable in their life, someone who holds the qualities of a perfect life partner. From the way you care for them to the way you understand them without even needing words, they know that what you both had was special. The connection between you two was deep, something they now realize they may have taken for granted. Being near you always brought them a sense of peace and happiness. They loved those quiet moments when they could simply lay their head on your shoulder, feeling safe and loved. They cherished how you pampered them, how you always made them feel important and valued. You had a way of making even the simplest moments feel extraordinary, and now, they find themselves longing for that warmth again. Even though they are pretending to be fine without you, the truth is that they are far from okay. On the outside, they may act as if they have moved on, as if life is going on as usual, but deep inside, there is an emptiness that nothing seems to fill. Everything around them feels dull and lifeless because you were the one who brought color and excitement into their world. They miss waking up to your sweet love messages, the way you used to tease them just to see them smile, and all the little gestures that made them feel loved and special. They long for the way you could turn even their worst days around with just a few kind words or a playful joke. Now, in your absence, they are left with silence, and that silence is louder than any words could ever be. Reality is starting to hit them hard. They are now facing the consequences of their actions, realizing the mistakes they made and the things they could have done differently. They regret the way things turned out and desperately want to make things right. If they could turn back time, they would do things differently, choosing to hold on tighter instead of letting go. They want to reach out, to communicate, to tell you how they truly feel, but fear and uncertainty hold them back. They wonder if you still care, if there is still a chance to fix what was broken, or if it's already too late. The thought of not being close to you anymore is something they hate with every part of their being. That's why, even when they try to convince themselves that they are moving forward, they still find themselves checking up on you. They can't help but spy on your social media, looking for any signs of whether you have moved on or if there is still a place for them in your heart. Every post, every picture, every little detail, they analyze everything, hoping to find a glimpse of hope that you might still miss them too. They wonder if you ever think about them the way they think about you, if you still hold on to the memories just like they do. As much as they try to distract themselves, nothing truly fills the void that was left when you were gone. They have come to realize that no one else can take your place because what you both shared was unique. They have met people, had conversations, tried to laugh, and move on, but deep down, their heart still belongs to you. They acknowledge now, more than ever, that they are incomplete without you. Life without you feels like a book missing its most important pages, a story that just doesn't feel right anymore. At this moment, they are stuck between fear and hope. Fear that they may have lost you forever, and hope that maybe, just maybe, there is still a chance for a new beginning. They want to reach out, to express everything they have been holding inside, but they are terrified of rejection. Still, the truth remains, no matter how much they pretend, no matter how much they try to hide it, they miss you more than words can say. You were, and still are, an essential part of their heart, and they can't help but wish for the day when they can finally tell you everything they have been keeping inside.